Surge protection, why you need it, why every home and business should have it. Why do we only have it on limited products? Why are we not protecting the entire home? Why are we not protecting all of our devices? Listen, surge protection you actually do have in your home, and you use it and you insist on it, but only on the very basic level. What do I mean by that? Well, you go out, you buy a computer, right? And then what do you buy with the computer? You buy a power strip or a surge protector, maybe a surge protector and a battery backup, right? And that's to protect your computer. Your TV, your big jumbotron hanging at home on the wall is in a surge protector, right? All your devices, you get surge protectors. And no, they don't come with the device, right? You buy them separately. You either want the surge protection and then you invest in it, or you don't, or you have it at home and you use what you already have. But you understand you need surge protection to protect that expensive device. So then the question I would have would be, do you have surge protection on your HVAC system? Do you have surge protection on your panel, your whole home panel? And if you don't, why not? Why would you have it at the point of use, such as a computer and a TV? I guarantee you your refrigerator doesn't have it, right? Very expensive device. The NEC, the National Electrical Code, in 2020 required whole home surge protection at the panel. And then in 2023, they rewrote it, they enhanced it to further clarify it, to include even more spaces that's required. If we go out and we upgrade your panel today, or you go out and you buy a new home, or you remodel your home, you add an extension or whatever, the panel is gonna have to have surge protection. It's in the National Electrical Code. Why? Because the engineers, the electricians, the health and safety people in the building departments, they understand the importance of whole home surge protection. In fact, the utility companies, if you look on their websites and you dig deep enough, you'll find out that they recommend it, they require it. There's even one utility company I found that basically has, as written part of their process procedure, their policies, manuals, whatever you want to call it, that you should get surge protection for your devices. And they specifically mention your HVAC system and that they are not liable for any damage that results from the electricity they provide. Now, what kind of damage can result from electricity they provide? Well, all kinds of things. We have what we call dirty power, very, very prevalent here. There's lightning strikes, there's power surges, there's blackouts, there's brownouts. All of these things can cause damage to your home's electrical system and appliances. Now, the cool thing is, if you get the right surge protection, I see it when I get surge protection for my computer, like the one that has the battery backup and the surge protection. There's a little policy, insurance policy within that they'll provide a certain amount of coverage if my computer is damaged. Well, the cool thing is, you find the right surge protection for your HVAC system. The HVAC surge protection we provide currently provides $50,000 worth of coverage if that surge protection fails to protect your HVAC device. Our whole home surge protection that we install at the panel provides $100,000 worth of coverage to the devices, the panel, should that device fail to do what it's supposed to do. So my question would be, why would you not have whole home surge protection? Why would you not have HVAC surge protection? And if you don't, why wouldn't you have it on your appliances? We probably do have it on our appliances. We know, we're educated when we go into the Best Buys and the other places that you order computers, buy computers from Dell, everything like that. It's something they offer, they recommend, but they don't include, right? Now, again, if you have upgrade your panel, if you build a new home or you remodel something like that, it is now required, so you will get it. But if you have an existing panel prior to that code going into effect, you don't have it. You should have it. If you don't have it, you are unprotected. Now, what type of things would it protect? Let's say you say, no, my refrigerator is plugged in to surge protection. My oven, if it's electric, and even if it's not electric, it still uses electricity for some things, is plugged in. My tankless water heater is plugged in. All of it's plugged into surge protection, okay? How about your smoke detectors, your carbon monoxide detectors that are hardwired into your home's electrical system? How about the devices you plug into an outlet that you don't constantly power? A vacuum. Vacuums aren't real inexpensive these days. It's not hard to find a $1,000 vacuum. It's hard to find a vacuum that's less than $500 that's any good. So my recommendation would be, look into whole home surge protection. Do your research. Find out if your home does have it. Make sure you're protected, and when you do make the decision to install whole home surge protection and HVAC surge protection and even surge protection for your appliances, make sure you're doing it with a company that so believes in their product, they back their product by offering protection to your devices in replacement cost. The really interesting thing with the surge protection is when we present it to people and they say, well, I've never had an issue. When you explain this could happen, well, I've never had an issue. And one of the things I'll say to them, I say, how many times has your house burnt down? My house has never burnt down. Okay. How many accidents have you been in since you've been driving? I've never been in an accident, or I was in one like 15 years ago. Okay. How many times have you died? Well, I haven't died. I'm here talking to you. Okay. Do you have life insurance? Do you have auto insurance? Do you have whole home insurance like liability, fire, flood, all of that? Oh yeah, of course I do. Well, why? In case my house burns down, in case I get into an accident, in case I die prematurely. Okay. So the argument that you've never had an issue with a power surge and damage, does it make much sense to not protect your home in case, just like you do with insurance policies? It's really hard to argue that. And again, I'm not saying you have to call the general or call a contractor. If you're a handy enough person and you know how to do this, go ahead and do it. Keep in mind you're dealing with high voltage electricity, and you better know what you're doing for your own safety and protection of your home. But there are a lot of people out there. There's retired electricians, there's electricians that, work for somebody else or have their own business but don't really think a lot about whole home protection. There's people that are very competent at electrical and wiring. So it's just like any do-it-yourself project. Only do it yourself if you're confident and capable of doing the work. Otherwise, call a professional. At least you owe it to yourself to check it out, find out if it's right for you, and make a decision from there.